when it comes to arm wrestling and our kids, Auden is an absolute student. Absolutely a student of the sport. I'd say his understanding of the sport, I have to say to say that it could be equivalent to mine. It could be. I am very frugal by nature.
Okay.
So I typically, if there's a way that I don't have to spend money, I'll always choose it. And when it comes to accommodations, I spend money on food.
Bro.
Accommodations and clothing and vehicles, I as minimal as possible. So like, if it's the summertime, if it was just me, I might not get even a hotel. Like I might sleep in the park.
He's done it.
You know?
He sleeps under trees.
Yeah, I'd like this, yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Great.
I'm gonna get you guys straight.
Me, I'm just gonna go with water right now.
Oh, no root beer?
Ah, it's killing me, it's killing me.
Let's see. Root beer, please.
Okay, never mind, I'll have root beer too.
I'll take his water then.
Okay.
Thank you.
They got pizza, they got, it's like bar food, like wings and burgers, I think, you know.
So is it okay if I say it's American food?
I think so, yeah. Boston Pizza,
Definitely American food. My brother owns 3 Boston Pizzas in Canada.
Really?
He does. He used to own Sky Zone trampoline parks, and
okay.
and COVID just put the closed sign, laid off 450 employees in a day. Yeah, it's good times.
All right, how much do you normally eat?
How much do I normally?
Both of you.
He normally, it depends what he's doing. So right now he's gonna carb load like crazy because he's got competition coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just eat kind of like a regular human, I would say, for the most part. Except when I'm fasting.
What is this? This A, see that? That looks so good.
Mm.
But it's
Hawaiian.
on, see,
Well, that's Hawaiian.
that's a Hawaiian?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think it's Hawaiian, but oh, it is. Oh,
It is Hawaiian.
that's the one I was gonna order anyways.
There you go.
Tiki.
Okay. So I'm gonna get 2 of those.
Okay.
What, you get to pick what?
Auden loves Hawaiian.
Okay, so let's get 3
Yeah.
of those.
Get the big one. That's
Yeah.
wait, 3 large ones?
Well, I'm gonna get
Well,
one
Auden will
for, one
eat
for
by
Auden.
himself.
Okay.
Easily eat one by
That's all.
And I'll
himself.
have 2, but I'm not gonna eat it. I'll bring it. I'll munch on it all afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll order more.
How's
Piece of that.
your shopping situation whenever you go to, like, is that Costco up in Canada?
Yeah, we have Costco.
Okay, so-
Costco's 10 minutes from our house. Costco is,
Like a staple?
yeah, they know us very well at Costco. And
How many trips a week?
typically 1 a week, but we have a farmer who delivers, the best deal. We have a farmer
Okay.
who delivers free range eggs for us. And this is crazy when I tell you, he'll deliver them to our house. They're duck eggs, goose eggs, chicken eggs, and he charges us $5 Canadian a dozen, which is nothing. And we'll order every time we'll order 30 dozen eggs. And then he also has, and we get it every probably 3 weeks or so.
Not even.
Maybe 2
depending.
or 3 weeks.
If we're home a lot,
Thank you.
Auden will do easily a dozen a day himself. Easily.
Typically 15, just
Yeah.
15 a day.
And Milo also.
Yeah.
In a meal.
In a meal.
In a meal.
And so we did our egg budget.
So can I get 2 double orders? And can we do Korean barbecue, please?
You want them all Korean barbecue?
I think so.
Okay.
And I'll also order 3 large Hawaiian pizzas.
And a Florentine pizza. Can you do a thin crust on that?
Yeah.
Okay, and a large Florentine pizza as well, please. And Asian glazed salmon, please. That would be
Very
my-
good.
That will be my.
So that pretty much
I'm all
wraps
about
up my afternoon.
Okay. I'm gonna get the single order, bone in. I
Ooh.
think bone in's the rate though.
With chicken? Hold on. Are you ordering chicken with the bone in?
Yeah.
You work way too hard. You're a hard working guy.
The skin?
I don't like the bones in.
Man, it's so
I don't
easy.
like the way it feels like against my teeth.
Yeah.
You gotta.
There you go.
You know what? Maybe if you ate
Most
the whole
natural
thing, maybe I should just start
Agreed.
eating the whole thing.
No.
Well, yeah, you should start.
Maybe I should
No,
start
you
eating the
get all
bone and everything.
We were eating. But we were eating the both. That's where you get all your minerals. And
I
your
should start to
your
eat
collagen and things.
You order a thing. You order one little chicken order, and I'll eat the bones. Try it.
So how are the eggs prepared?
Okay, hold on. Okay. First, I'll just back it up. So we did the math on just Auden's egg.
Okay.
Okay, so we charge Auden. So every one of our kids, they get a free year at home after they graduate high school. After that, they have to start paying rent.
Oh.
It's very minimal rent. Again, we're talking Canadian dollars. So they have to pay $300 a month rent.
Okay.
Okay, that includes room and board. That's like, so his egg bill alone was $200 a month. So the contribution is total $300.
40 dozen eggs a month.
Yeah. So he usually cooks them either scrambled or over easy, whatever. But and he'll have like sourdough bread and stuff and cheese with them. It's not like just eggs. He'll be eating 15 at breakfast. And then so the farmer delivers eggs.
Okay.
And he delivers chickens as well that he raised. So we have chickens, eggs, and turkeys.
And garlic sauce.
And he makes his own like black and garlic, and he makes these sauces and things. It's all made with like really good ingredients, not any garbage.
Huh.
So that's what. And then his neighbor is a beef farmer, and so was a beef farmer. We're actually gonna have to get a new contact because he ended up selling the farm. But we get our beef from the neighbor, and this chicken egg guy delivers all of it to our house. You can't beat it. Like
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Absolutely. So what about pork?
We don't have a lot of pork. We don't need much pork.
Oh.
Not too much.
Any reason for that?
Because we don't have a good line on it. So pork, just because we don't have a good line on pork, and I think.
But we'll have a
chicken and beef
whole
are
lot
better.
of pork after Saturday. Ha!
Oh,
I shouldn't be so
Corey.
bad.
Poor Corey.
I shouldn't be so bad.
Corey.
We grew up on a farm. I grew up on a farm.
Oh. What kind of farm? Like, did you guys raise or grow anything?
Mixed. So we had everything. We had basically every animal you can think of.
Small farm, not like a big industrial.
It was a square mile, so it was a large farm, but it wasn't a massive industrial farming operation.
So self-sufficient and some extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had
chicken.
Highland cattle at one point.
We went through all sorts of
furry
different
ones.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, I spent most of my time doing farm stuff.
With pigs, especially, and goats, right?
Pigs, goats, beef cattle mostly. We did have milking cattle for a while. That's a lot of work. Milking operation is a massive amount
Very
of work.
manual.
It is a lot of work. If you do a milking operation, it's probably I'd say it's probably the most labor-intensive type of farming that you do in Canada. I mean, I'm not a farmer, so I'm probably farmers would be like, no, but I think milking operation, that's super busy, super, super busy. Like any farming done right is busy, but milking operation, you're a slave to those animals.
And Devon would get his pick every year of one of the.
Every time we did a buy, every time, yeah.
Oh.
So you get a calf. He'd pick a calf.
Like at an auction and like.
Yeah, and then so he would get to pick one of the calves, and then he was responsible 100% for that calf, and then he would get to sell the calf and make the cow. And
when I was young, I was buying and selling cattle, and like before I left, like when I was in high school, when I was in public school, like I'd save my money, I'd go to the cattle auction, I'd bid on animals and buy them, and when I was young,
Yeah. So you're entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mom started it, right? Like, so, like Jodi said, we'd get like 7 or 8 calves, because especially in milking operations, what they'll do is the animal will have their calf and they won't keep them, so the milk production stays high, and they'll sell the calf when it's like very little.
Okay.
Yeah, and so a lot of people will buy them and bottle feed them, and take them till they're self-sufficient, and then so when I was young, we used to do that. I'd wake up with my mom at 6 in the morning, when I got home from school, before I went to bed, and I'd get one of them as my kind of compensation. So if we had like 7, I'd get one at the end, like when they were.
So what would you use that money on at the end of the sale?
I'd buy more cattle.
So
by the time I ended up blowing all my money but
As a later teenager.
yeah, later in my teenage years. But before I accumulated, I was probably up to like 15 or 16 cattle before I sold everything. Yeah, which back then for me that was a ton. Yeah,
Yeah, I would imagine.
yeah.
So after you sold everything, what did you buy? A car? A ring?
No. Just a few years of chaos. That's what I bought. Yeah. A few years just when I was young. Just completely frivolous. Just completely wasted money. Completely wasted time. Yeah, I basically was building up. Everything's really good. Had a complete kind of falling apart in my late teens. Kind of hit a rock bottom, and then went out west and worked oil field and
Got your act together, so to speak.
Yeah.
Then you went to the military.
After that, yeah. But like from probably like 16 till probably 18 or 19, pretty chaotic. Yeah.
Those were the high school party days, if we could say. That's what happened there.
Where we grew up, beautiful, really nice. So Lake Ontario. The Great Lakes. The Great Lakes.
I didn't grow up here, right?
Okay,
No, but
okay.
there's five Great Lakes.
Yeah. So if you
between
look
Canada
at the
and the
map
United States.
of North America, if you look up like towards New York, like the northeast part of USA,
Okay.
there's a river basically that runs the border between USA and Canada, and there's these great big lakes.
So
make
this
it
is- yeah,
bigger.
So that's
first.
like Ontario.
Okay.
These are the Great Lakes.
So Superior, Erie, Huron, Lake Ontario, and what's the last one?
okay,
Michigan?
okay,
Lake
okay.
Michigan?
Yeah. Michigan, that's Chicago. So at the bottom of Michigan, that's Chicago.
Right there.
Okay, but so we grew up, Jodi and I both, we grew up, see this little thing that comes down, this little thing that goes down into Lake Ontario? It's paradise, really.
That's
Beautiful.
where we grew up.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
one of the most beautiful places in Canada.
So Quinny West. I can't see that
So
right now.
see
Prince
here,
Edward.
Somewhere on
So
Look-
see Prince. Go
see
ahead.
this right here? That's exactly where I grew up, Big Island. That's where we grew up. Our farm was like, see this Baycrest Marina?
Yeah.
This is my house right here. Oh, what's this? 100-acre firewood. That's basically where I grew up. That's basically exactly where I grew up.
This marina right here. Yeah, it's right Big Island.
Jeez, what is this
Road.
100-acre firewood? Let's click on that because that's exactly my house. This is my house. 100-acre firewood.
Oh my gosh, that's your silo.
This is my house.
Oh.
So that's new. It's not his old house. He doesn't own it anymore. But that
This 100-acre firewood is my this is where I grew up. Let's take a look. Yeah. So this is it. This is my house where I grew up. That's my old shed. This is my silo. I used to throw rocks into that thing. It's a barn. This is the lake right in front of my house.
Wow.
Beautiful
Yeah.
place. Beautiful place.
Look at that. Yeah. So this is where Devon would catch all his catfish and things in the
Carp.
spring. Carp.
Yeah,
sorry.
carpet breed right in the front. Yeah.
So there, if we keep going, if we turn around, so that's the house he grew up in, right there. That's his house.
Oh, okay.
And then the shed, and then the barn. The barns are over back here a little bit. The silo. Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
so I've got to ask. Have you swam in that lake
Yes.
during the
course.
winter time?
Yes.
So you should be
No.
prepared for that.
Listen, I didn't swim in it because I wanted to. I swam in it because I used to fall through the ice every once in a while.
Oh.
And basically every year when I was a kid, I'd fall through the ice.
And that's the machine. That's the office your dad
Yeah.
did computer programming and whatnot in there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. He was one of the first guys to get into computers back long ago. He worked Defense Research Board for a while, but he started computer consulting companies when he was long ago.
you know the do you know Linux?
Yeah.
So he created that with Devon's brother. They were part of the team that created Linux software.
I forget exactly. He was working for IBM for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And then, anyways,
Well, you fell pretty far from the tree.
way far. Way far. Yeah. No, my brother was in there with him. So my brother was programming from the time he was like 3. Yeah, he was writing programs. They had him programming, and I did the farm work. So
100-acre firework. 100-acre firewood.
Yeah, but beautiful part of the world, really nice, especially in the summer. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild. So that would be Chris Harris
Yeah,
selling that now.
probably.
So his childhood friend
Uh-huh.
bought their farm
You have to go down. Just 2 minutes.
when Devon's parents separated. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I sent Habry a message, and then apparently I sent her a whole bunch of spamming. Blah, 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 blah. She's like, what is the code in that? No, I'm not going. And then she says, "Are you safe?" Because I didn't respond. My child. I sent her a message. Okay, and then I sent her all of this somehow. Obviously my phone was butt dialing, and then anyway, and then she says, "Are you safe?" Like, what is happening?
Oh yeah, you guys should have a safe word.
We do.
We have all that stuff.
Is it there?
You guys have a safe word?
Don't actually.
Yeah.
It's a good idea for others, though.
we are trying to take our communication to a totally new level.
Yeah, like kidnap or
Trying to have a language just between the two of us.
We already do.
Yeah,
It's ESP, but
Yeah, but we're trying to make it even better.
so that we can cheat at card games better.
Well, actually, you know what's funny? I don't have to do that because when my brother and I play, we know like so many different languages.
That's
In
it.
America, like, oh yeah. we don't-
Yeah.
We'll switch. We'll just switch to whatever. Like, okay, this guy speaks Cantonese. Okay, we'll switch to this language. Yeah, but it's good. We did at least have all our kids at a very young age memorize our phone numbers.
Yes.
So at the very least that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We've done a bunch of safety things too, and we've had to do more as time goes on.
girls are
Funny world.
the more scary one. My wife and I just had a conversation which says, okay, look, assuming they're both the same age, all our kids are the same age, if they miss curfew, who are we going to be more worried, right? Our girls or our boy? Like, it's always the girls that
course.
gets more worried, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And our girl is our youngest, right? So we've gone through.
Oh, that's,
with
yeah.
So we've already done all the stuff with the boys, and then the younger child always grows up a little bit faster than the older ones, the first ones,
Right,
because they have the
right.
older siblings that just demonstrate older behavior, whatever that is, right?
I don't know if that's always... My youngest gets babied so much because it's the only boy too, right?
Sure.
Extra babied by my wife.
Yeah. I think that's pretty common because it's the baby. The baby gets babied.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, so same with Habry, like she gets more babied than her brothers did, but she also cognitively became mature
Oh, yeah,
faster
yeah.
because of
I could see that.
being exposed to many things by her brothers.
Yeah. Oh,
Habry just did high school championships.
I did see something.
Yeah.
Posted.
So she didn't train the whole year. She maybe went to 2 practices. So she hasn't competed since last year in high school. And she was pulling the lightweight category, so she won the left and right in lightweight category.
Okay.
And then there was an overall for the right, so it was light, middle, and heavyweight. She won that. And we would have, in the right hand, and we would have done the left hand, but she had to leave because she has a job, so we had to get her to work. She just cleaned house.
So, do you think it's
So naturally good.
a mixture of genes plus maybe advanced techniques that she's picking up when she's around?
She's been arm wrestling since she was, like, she competed in her first nationals when she was 2. She's been arm wrestling her whole life.
I think that
Sorry.
there's a familiarization. I wouldn't even necessarily say it's technique, because like she's done it from so young, it's just natural in a way. And she has not really done it, but with all the kids, I would say that the genetic component actually is probably with her actually, I'd say it's probably the strongest. Like she's more like all the kids are good. Milo's great. Auden's the furthest advanced.
Right.
Without a doubt. Auden's the furthest
But that's
advanced.
through determination and hard work.
Auden has worked really hard. And Habry, without giving it a shred of effort, is by far the most dominant, you know. So, yeah, Habry's When it comes to endurance and willpower, she's a bit frightening. All the kids got willpower, but she's a bit frightening.
She is super frightening. She won't stop when she's decided to do something. And that goes across the board with everything she's ever competed or done physically. When she tried out for Ninja Warrior racing, and they did this. They had to do all these sort of like preliminary tests of where you could be. She was 10 years old, and she hung on the bar like just a straight hang, longer than anyone in that entire gym ever had. Beat the record by like crazy. And you could just see it in her. She was in so much pain, but she would not stop. She would not stop. Oh.
We long ago with Habry, like I try to immediately stop anything where it's, Habry, can you do this? Or Habry, can you do that? I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't even say it. Don't even put that out there. And just let her do what she wants to do. Don't, because she'll go too hard. Too hard. Milo's a bit the same way. Milo's a bit like that. Like he'll push until he totally crashes and burns.
They'll break themselves of their own volition. Like they will hurt themselves to get it done.
When it comes to arm wrestling and our kids, Auden is an absolute student. Absolutely a student of the sport. I'd say his understanding of the sport, I have to say to say that it could be equivalent to mine. It could be, because obviously I have more experience. But he's very young, he has a good, sharp mind, and he's paid attention to everything. So I don't consider his arm wrestling knowledge really that far. Anytime, any technical, he knows it.
Okay.
Perfect.
And he'll come up with ideas that Devon hasn't even thought of that are actually very, like in arm wrestling training even, that are...
I got an idea.
Yeah?
Do you think Autumn would be up to commentate?
100%.
Oh, wow.
He would love
He'd be
it.
Great.
He'd love it.
He would be great. He knows his stuff.
Threw him in there for like maybe a match or two.
He'd love it.
He would.
He'd love it. And I'll tell you, he really does know. And if you give him guys that he's really familiar with, like he'll do even better. But yeah, but yes. He understands the sport perfectly.
Got an idea.
Yeah, good. Well, I'll let you breach it with them. We won't say a word. I don't have to be like, yo, Auden, is it gonna be okay? And like check with. It's gonna be a yes. So we won't say anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I what we also like is to always have fresh perspective, fresh voice.
Well, and he's definitely new and up and coming in arm wrestling, and people know who he is.
And he's extremely knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Habry, I think, is a little bit. I think that she is unsure if she wants the attention. I think
she doesn't want the attention. So look, she child actor. She can be in front of a camera. She's super comfortable. She has no problem with that. But that's her self-direction. This is the thing she wants to do. She's going to do it. And I think it's a lot, right? Like again, she's the only girl. And there's a lot of attention on her. And when you're a teenage, you have daughters, like they're coming into that stage where you become very self-aware, self-conscious.
Yeah.
You don't want it all. And then, she gets a lot of attention, and then the kids at school have issues with that, right?
Jealousy.
Yeah.
That's
it's true. And she just wants to be like she just wants to do her thing,
And we totally support
17
that.
16. She'll be 17 in June.
Just got her license.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now. She's like, can I drive to the gym? Can I go?
And Milo loves the sport, loves it, and he has a deep understanding of it. But I think that because there's Auden, I think Milo Milo and Auden affect each other,
Okay.
Like, I think that Auden really took the lead on, really pushing. And Milo's always loved it, but it's been more of a fun thing he does. He's never really pushed, he's never really trained. But that's changing now.
And Milo has with Auden, it's a weird thing. I think they all have this depending, but
Great.
Milo has a lot of interests, He's not solely dialed in like Auden is on one thing.
Great, thank you. Oh, here we go. We got 3 of those. Thank you. Cheers to
Cheers, guys.
East versus West 17. Yeah.
That's the one.
Great.
Yeah.
Very good. I can't tell you. The venue is, it's going to be, the sad part is, it's going to be really difficult to find a venue that's better than this venue.
Really.
The technology in there is insane. The amount of LED walls. Absolutely. When you get there, you'll see we have so much more advanced motion graphics built into it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Cool.
It's great.
Very good.
Yeah. Life is wonderful. Huh? I feel more and more every day like I wake up closer to heaven. Really.
Because you're doing what you love.
Life is so beautiful and so simple right now. Yeah. I've never been happier. Yeah, it's crazy, you know, like 49, gotten through a lot of stuff where finally I have some stability. And a lot of times in my life, I wasn't looking for that. You know, I actually pushed stability away. Yeah, and now I'm so happy, you know, like get to go out and fight every 6 weeks or so or whatever. And then I
have a question. So Robert was telling me the story that when you guys were in Tijuana and you were like sleeping in the trashiest hotel, what, $9 a day or something, on the floor with roaches or something to that effect. And you know, it wasn't like you couldn't afford a nice hotel, but like it felt like you consciously picked a hotel.
Thank you.
That was of that nature.
Well, so I am very frugal by nature.
Okay.
So I typically, if there's a way that I don't have to spend money, I'll always choose it. And when it comes to accommodations, I spend money on food.
So,
accommodations and clothing and vehicles, I as minimal as possible. So like, if it's the summertime, if it was just me, I might not get even a hotel. Like I might sleep in the park.
He's done it.
You know?
He sleeps under trees.
Like, I don't mind. I actually almost prefer it.
so it's a pure financial.
It's not financial. It's both. It is.
It's just too hot. I couldn't do it.
Like, I don't want to spend the money for one, but for two, I actually think a lot of times it actually suits me better. Like if I'm traveling and I'm in and out and you know I have to check in and do this, or I can just go to the park and sleep under a tree, like, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Believe me, I've slept in much worse places, so it's not a big deal.
Military stuff. We're similar in our financial motivations and drives. We're similar with, like, you know, I don't need the cars, I don't need the whatevers. But I do prefer a place that has a shower to sleep in, typically.
But Tijuana was nice, yeah. Yeah. It was a terrible room. Oh, it was so hot. It was so hot.
Yeah, Robert felt so bad. It's like, hey, come sleep in my room. I got stay.
I know, I'm like, Robert, you gotta check it out. It's not that bad. He came over and he's like, you can't stay here. I'm like, no, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Yeah, but I did take him up on all his food. He went to good restaurants. I was like, this is great. We spend money on food.
We do. But we don't waste it either. We don't waste food. We have a hard time with that. You know, both of us grew up recognizing the value of money, you know, and when you don't have it.
That's what they order three pizzas.
Mm-hmm. But we won't. But they'll be eaten. They won't be wasted.
Very good.
Yeah.
Bones are better.
They taste better.
We've already talked about it. Mm-hmm. Next time I'll try and eat the whole thing.
Do you eat the bones or parts of the bone? Do you eat like the gristle and stuff? So this is where all the collagen and connective tissue, all that's the best, most bioavailable collagen you can get.
Sometimes, so the pork, I do eat all those, but not for chicken for some reason. I just didn't grow up eating those parts. But I eat weird parts of the pig. The tongue. Oh, I love beef tongue.
Me too.
Tongue grilled. Ooh.
Me too. I made a little while ago. Just made a beef tongue and beef heart stew. It was so good, and the tongue is so tender.
Pig's ear. Snout. I'm a little bit. No eyeballs of whatever kind.
No.
Pig's heart. Pig's soul.
You'll be eating that on Saturday.
So what would you order if it's like, oh, I don't know what to eat? What's the comfort food in your family?
Made in our house, or if we went to a place to eat.
I mean, this is pretty good. I like this.
Pizza?
It's great.
What if it's made at home?
Made at home.
Pasta?
Baked macaroni and cheese is pretty nice.
That's you. I don't do macaroni and cheese. I do the majority of the cooking. I usually make. There's always got to be a meat. There's always got to be a protein element to it.
Oh, for sure.
We
like
like
a
slow
go-to.
cooker. Slow cooker, rice.
But I'll do like typically ground beef, minimal vegetable in it, like mushroom, onion, kind of garlic situation, and maybe like a tomato base, you know, like basically like a bolognese, but with rice or potentially with pasta or just by itself. That's like an easy go-to, really well spiced, seasoned. And eggs. Eggs are such an easy staple.
Yeah.
Was Canada affected from the high egg prices?
Not us.
Because we have our farmer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
Oh, it's crazy. We're affected by it. Everything's super high. Like yes, high egg prices, definitely.
It was like, in US dollar, it was like 80 cents an egg. Per egg. Nuts.
no.
Butter's one that has really skyrocketed, the price of butter. Pre-COVID, butter at Costco was $3. Now it's $6. If you go to a regular grocery store and get a pound of butter, it's $8.
The price of things to me is interesting, you know. Like, I still think a lot of things are undervalued. Like, when you look at how much a gallon or a liter of oil or gas costs and how valuable that is, and then you compare it to other things of similar weights. I mean, I think oil and gas still can come up a long way. Like, I think that's
Keep saying that. I know.
Well, look at like how much is that worth? How much is that worth? What would you rather have?
Water. I would rather have water.
I would rather have the oil or gas.
I have some of mine.
Oh, you
Well,
want
later.
some of mine?
Asian zinc. Oh, Asian something.
Thank you so much.
Hey, that
Thank you.
has 2 bones in it. You want this one that has only 1 bone.
I'm gonna eat the bones. I'll try it.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll see.
At least eat the cartilage.
I'll just chew the end.
careful, you don't want it to splinter in.
Like a dog. That's why a dog can't eat a chicken
Okay,
bone.
I'll eat it and then I'll chew on the bones. It is good. It is good.
When we were doing the cut for Petrenko, it was all carnivore. And this is when we were eating. He was eating more.
Yeah, she was giving me bones and stuff to chew on. Yeah, that was great.
like beef marrow.
Yeah, that,
And then
I was so hungry. I was like a dog. And be like, she'd throw me bits, and I'd be chewing the little bits of ligament off the dried up bones. 70 pounds later.
don't even talk about it. I don't even want to hear about it. I like to pretend you're still 110 kilo.
You have an amazing imagination.
really gnawing at it. Another reason why bone-in wings are better. Extra calcium.
That's right. And the collagen, seriously. Magnesium, phosphorus, zinc.
Yeah. No, it'd take me too long, I think, to eat too many of those. Actually,
What else have you got going?
yeah, what do I have
What are
going
you
on?
talking about? You have all the time in the world.
It's probably better for me, huh?
You know it is.
Probably, yeah.
You know it is.
Down. Monkey.
Well, no, eating the bone.
Oh,
Also, it's more natural. Like, why don't those have bones? What part of the chicken actually are they? Do we believe that they took all the bones out? And you think it takes a long time for you to chew on the bone? How long does it take to take the bone out of the little wings? So stick them all back together somehow.
Of course, you're right, Rabbit.
Wow. Just get the, you
feel
know,
like I have
if
to
you
do
can
it
just
now.
get the marrow out of it. You don't have to eat the actual outside bone, but if you can just get that marrow.
I feel like I've started, and I have to finish just the one. So it should be good. Should be good. Should be fun. North America #1. Both hands, maybe. It's got a nice ring to it, huh?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Whoa, she was quick on that. How long has she been out of school? Like half an hour? She's already had to drive to Stittsville with Milo? There's her driver's history. She's like, let me drive.
The day that my daughter can drive.
I'm telling you, she's the best driver of all 3 kids. Sorry, don't tell them that, but she is out of the gates the best. She's the only one
Uh-huh.
to pass her first road test on the first try. So she gets to hold that over.
That's because you were nice to the guy.
But that's not because she's a good driver. But yeah, I was nice to the guy.
So what's coming up for you?
Me, Robert and I signed something about a month and a half ago. We got a new venture in Canada.
Is it that cup pop thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's exciting.
that's coming up, so that's pretty big. Very excited. Spend more time in Canada.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned yesterday the 27th of July.
Uh-huh.
That's our big party. That's our big. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I'm just gonna set y'all's boxes right here.
Thank you. That's High Hooker Day. So it's like our club's big party.
It's our annual. It's new because
Ottawa High Hooker.
yeah. So it's new. So that it became the High Hooker Day because Dan, whose house it's at, that we have had practice now, got married to his wife Colleen, and Devon officiated the wedding. So
Wait, what?
Yeah. So we have.
I was the minister.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, so not completely official. So basically, they wanted to get married.
Okay.
They'd given us a date a few months before. It was 2 weeks and 3 days before that date. And I said, hey, Dan, I've got this on my calendar. Are you guys getting married? He's like, well, we don't have the money. I'm like, well, do you want to get married that day? He's like, well, I'd love to. So we made a wedding happen. So the club, everything, and he officiated the wedding. So he married them outside. It was beautiful. He wrapped their hands in an arm wrestling strap, and the receiving line was everybody coming up and tugging on the strap to like solidify their marriage and show support.
Beautiful.
It was such a beautiful. It was so
day.
beautiful. And then they officially went to the Justice of Peace like a week later and got married officially.
Oh, okay.
But
so it was an honorary.
which is why that date isn't their actual wedding anniversary, but it's Ottawa High Hooker Day. So the date that he married them is Ottawa High Hooker Day, and their official anniversary is a week later.
Were you wearing a suit?
I was.
Or your green jacket?
Yeah. Yeah.
Green suit.
You have a green suit?
A green suit. Yeah.
I'll find you pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Really cool.
The club
Very-
is very much like family.
Well, that's what I realized about, I think the whole sport in general. Like, I'm a new entrant there, but it feels like these guys have known me for years and like, hey, come over here, show. I just go randomly show up to practice.
Yeah.
Yes, I am starting practice.
I think everybody recognizes
Yeah.
because it's been around forever.
Uh-huh.
We get so close to success, with getting the sport where we believe it deserves to be. And everybody, I think for the most part, knows they need to. We don't shun anyone. The more welcoming we are, the more. It's such a niche sport, not as much anymore, but it was such a niche sport that we have to
Yeah, it's not
be inclusive.
very huge.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, it's a small
Appreciate
family. If one guy doesn't like the other guy,
You too.
like, it makes news.
Yeah, and that happens, and it's like a family, any family. But as far as welcoming outsiders, there's no arrogance against us. We want more. We want more people. Come.
It's not true for every type of social group because some like to keep it small and they don't like anybody coming in messing up.
It's true.
So, but arm wrestling is by far but everybody is super nice.
I don't know that it's like that everywhere. I think in North America, yeah, it's like that everywhere. But I believe that there start to be problems, and I can't say for sure because I'm not there, but I think that it's not quite the same in countries where the governments recognize it.
Because they're each individual athlete's being paid for being the best, and the more they bring in,
okay,
money.
it's like this is my technique. Nobody gets to lose.
It's just that's your competition for your paycheck. In North America and Canada,
It's still a very casual thing.
super casual. Everybody, and and if you win, you win. It's not like the government's paying you. Like the government is giving people salaries, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's great, but I think it breeds a slightly different atmosphere. And I could be wrong. I haven't been there. I've heard this from people, when I describe how it is at our club and I describe how it's a family, and they're like, geez, and where I am, we're fighting over, if this guy beats me, I lose my place on the team, I lose my money,
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's so much room to grow in North America.
Oh, there's so much room. Schools is big. Universities, colleges, that's easy. Corporations.
the high school tournament that Haber just competed at, this is only the third year that it's happened at all. We've been fighting to get arm wrestling forever.
That's
The company line
to show up like
The company line was most schools didn't want arm wrestling as a sport because they were worried about liability, which is a joke because these are the same schools that have hockey
Wrestling.
and rugby and football and concussion and spine injury sports, right? So you're worried about breaking an arm. Okay, that sucks, but your brain's intact. And then, sorry, I'll just finish that thought. So this year, the third year that it happened, we had a team drive from Sudbury to Hawkesbury, which is like 8 hours on a bus. So they fundraised,
wow.
got on a bus, had to do a hotel night. And so it's growing when you have teams
Willing to travel.
traveling. Yeah, that was really exciting and special.
There was a time in the sport when, not a lot was going on for us, and we thought about different ways of promotion, different things, and we thought about doing events between corporations, like larger ones, like, the Ford factory versus the Honda factory, going in and, pitching it as like a day they could have. You could bring the guys together and, Ford versus Honda and a team event kind of thing. But that would be great, I think, if, like, especially for sponsors, could be very interesting to have.
Oh, that would be fun.
Could be interesting,
I mean, even at a local level, so I'm ordering a table, right? And so what I want to do is put it out in front of one of my business and just like, hey, if you can win, like, if you can, obviously they'll win, right? Win means easy.
Yeah.
You'll get a free dessert, right?
Yeah.
But if you want a $200 steak, which we have, you gotta, have to win my next opponent, which is Robert. And it was just to create something. And then my whole staff heard about it, and they were like, "Hey, can I be the guy that pulls the random stranger?" I was like, "Go for it, buddy."
Perfect.
And so then it could also become like restaurant versus restaurant.
Yes.
Which is,
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And tech companies versus tech companies. There's always those kind of corporate games.
Oh yeah, but you bring in a coach, right? You got to teach them how to be safe. You got to teach them how to.
Because
that's the thing.
this sport feels it's actually very safe. Very safe that you can like practice till you're 70 plus and still be competing at a decently high level past 70. Right? Yeah, golf is one of them, but
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
but
is
there aren't
so
that many.
accessible. This is like hey,
It's the most accessible.
let's just do it right here.
It's way more. It's more to name another sport that's more accessible. Walking, maybe, speed walking, I guess. But you still need proper footwear for that. Like
Yeah.
all you need are arms for arm wrestling. That's all you need.
And
Don't
a
even need a
strap.
table. Well, yeah. Have to have a strap. My mistake.
Some people could do without strength.
Who?
Grip strength.
Who are these
Who?
people?
I've
Yeah.
never heard of this.
Who are these people you refer to?
Well, thanks so much.
All right.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you, Dexter.
We'll see you. Good luck this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Easy
gonna be
day.
We'll be carb
Easy
loaded
day,
and ready to rock
Dexter.
now.
And enjoy all this food.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is a wonderful way for us. We don't want you to go, but you leave us with all this food, we're going to make it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll finish this easy. This is easy for you.
Easy.
We're surviving in the wild this week, Dev.
Yeah. No having to sleep in the park.
Sorry.
No having to rummage through garbage cans. Just easy living. I know. Yeah.
I'll make him sleep on the floor with me.
It's Texas. I think the weather's good enough for you to be.
Yeah. I'll probably rough it Friday night.